Yes. So greetings. Thank you so much for coming. And today we have a special guest, and it is the child learning specialist. My friend, a very, very, very brilliant friend, have a lot of profession and experience. And her name is Priya. Hello, Priya. Please let us know more about you.
Hi. So I have been doing child learning for many over years. I have been training many kids in this learning realm. So according to me, education is different and learning is different. Education happens in the school in a very academical way with many kids together and everything. But learning in a person can take place at any moment. So I figured the difference between this both, and all my life I have been aspiring for doing some learning. Regarding my education, I did my engineering in EEE, MBA in HR, MSc in psychology as a regular stream, and then I continued my research in Ayurvedic, psychology, astrology, like that in different ways. And everything what I connected was there was something a connection between one subject and the other subject. So that made me more curious in this field. And I started exploring more how come learning ignite in a children and from what age it ignites, how to make that best. And throughout my life, I have been either teaching or learning. So I have been spending my life in this path.
Wow. Wow. Thank
So
you.
what I learned and what I acquired knowledge in this field, I wish that I shared to the world at large. That's why I entered this field where I could make many children learn in a very easier and simple way.
Wow. That is a blessing. That is a very, very great news for all the parents. For to ignite the passion of for learning of children. Well, it is the to create the desire for themselves. And so they can learn by themselves and really curious with all the subjects, just like what you said, there are connection within subjects. And there is so huge for everyone. So when the kids are going to learn by themselves with a lot of passion, that it would be, wow, that is a dream for many parents. And so can you tell us more about it? So about igniting the passion, what is it what is the outcome would it be for the children?
Yes. Children are basically very curious in nature. They would like to learn. So the parents just have to maintain the spark inside them. So if the parents or the teachers or anyone who is associated with the children is able to make their curiosity more and more towards something, automatically learning happens. The process of learning differs from each and every kid, but it definitely occurs. For example, some can be auditory learners, some can be kinesthetic learners, some can be visual learners also.
Mhm.
So, these are all the ways which a child is making its learning. But everyone learn at their own process, at their own speed and everything. But when we add more ghee to the fire keeps on burning, right?
Mm.
Like that, if you are able to add more curiosity and right fuel at right times in a right interval to a child, the passion of learning also keeps on igniting in them.
Wow.
Every child is born with a very unique strength and a unique way of learning. If a
Mhm.
parent or a child educator is able to understand that and make the environment effective for that child to make learning, then the progress of that child learning will be very high.
Wow.
They
Wow.
also like process more and more and more and they learn. If you want to study one degree and get a certificate, right? You
Mm.
spend 3-4 years of it, and at a time you can get only one certificate, and some universities allows 2 dual degrees also. But if you want to learn for knowledge, the vastness of knowledge is anything. You can go in a horizontal way or in a vertical depth way also. Any type of learning can happen in you. Like water can quench your thirst, but a person who has learning as a thirst, you just imagine how much he would be like learning and what all knowledge he could acquire in this world, how many people they could help and everything. So instead of you trying to spend a lot of time for the child to learn different things, if you make them the passion to read, write books, then the books itself will start teaching the kids. So, like that, there are different ways where you can ignite learning in the kid based on what unique potential that kid is having. So, first we have to identify the unique potential in the kid, and then what is the best way to trigger learning in them. And after that, you have to just maintain the environment of the kid. So, and you have to just like fence the distractions and make them keep on moving in their learning curve.
Wow. Thank you so much, Priya. There are a lot of tips in your in your reply. Wow. So parents, just look at it. Is our kids are different. They are unique, and they have many ways, many methods learning, like audit learning, the visual learning, all the method. Use the right method at the right time, and it is how to draw the potential, draw the curiosity. This is how Priya teaches us, and also there are a lot of time to go for one certificate. And Priya said is when you go for knowledge, it's totally different. Just like you create a passion for let the kids to have passion to read a book, the book will teach them automatically. Wow, it's our dream. Okay, so thanks so much, Priya. And can you share us about? It's make me curious. Why and when was the point when you start this? Why did you start this? You're a child learning specialist. It's totally different from what I learned before. I heard about teachers, I heard about professor, but you are a child learning specialist. Why did you come up with this, and how did this happen?
Yes. So, when I finished my psychology degree, I was doing some counseling for few parents and I was doing some specialization in womb psychology. So, my curiosity started to develop when I was reading Sri Aurobindo's and the mother's books on kids learning and the prenatal education. So that was the turning point in my life. When I was reading, I found that the mother, if she is aspiring to make a greater change in the child, then even before she starts her conception, means before the prenatal period or preconception period itself, she has to make herself ready to invoke such a greater soul into her. And the entire birth destiny of the child can be changed by the mother when it is in the womb. I also have read many stories in Bharat scriptures which says that how a child can be effectively influenced when it is in the mother's womb. So I started researching more on the patterns that are formed when the child is in the womb. So I started seeing it through science because basically I'm from a science background student. And Slowly, I started connecting that with the Indian scripture knowledge, which is also there. So, my research was a bridge between the ancient wisdom and the modern science.
Mm.
So, how the lifestyle of a parent can influence the child in the womb, how the environment can influence, how the time factors that it is being developed inside can give an effective learning, what kind of emotions the mother is undergoing, how that influences the child, everything. So, whenever I come across the kids of very little age, like 2 years, 3 years kind of kids, on seeing their behavioral pattern, I started guessing how this pregnancy period of the mother was there. And to my surprise, 99% of my guesses were correct. And that poured me like much interest towards this field again and again. So this research I was doing around the year 2006, 2007. After that, I tried with many of my friends and everyone, and the fascinator started like very much in me. And later I decided that than going the reverse way of finding from a 3-year-old kid how the pregnancy pattern would be, I started slowly influencing people who are pregnant to have a very right environment and how to take their um, every aspects of them, not only the food, but apart from food, many subtle things are also there to be taken care. And I was very surprised to know that it is reflecting in the kid that it is born also.
Oh, wow.
Then comes in my own life, my own pregnancy, which changed the theoretical knowledge into practical knowledge.
Wow.
So I was seeing even a small reflections of me during the pregnancy period, how it has given an impact on my daughter.
Wow.
A simple example would be everyone will have like a vomiting sensation on certain food or some things, right? During pregnancy. For me, the vomiting sensation would be for the water. If I see water, I feel like vomiting. So, what my parents and spouse used to do is they will fill water bottles of a colored water bottles, like orange color, green color, so that I don't see the water and tend to vomit. But during taking bath, I don't have any other option, right? So I used to go and I used to like close my eyes and take a bath, very fast bath, so that I don't see water. And I was seeing to my surprise when my daughter has come out of my womb and when she started growing 1 year, 2 year, and all, she was also, whenever she was taking bath, she was like trying to close her eyes. This has happened many times, and I slowly figured out like that little patterns of her. When I was reading a particular Puranic story of Mahabharata, I'm very much interested in. And even as a kid, without even knowing the story, she would try interrupting the story, decoding, and trying to come up with the same storyline. Like that, many things which I have been during my pregnancy, I saw the reflection of that in my child also. Later, I made a very proper curriculum of it and made it in a step by step and started finding that what kind of cosmic energy and what kind of cosmic influences happen, and that happens in which month of the person, how effectively it can be used for children growth. Everything I started analyzing. So, my learning journey for the child started when the child is in the womb.
Mm.
And after that, their infant age, when they are like especially below 6 years of age, then it comes to the teenagers and everything. Slowly, as days and years moved on, I also like expanded my fields of horizon in it. That
Mm.
is how my journey started in this field.
That is a beautiful story and very, very inspiring.
Thank you.
Mothers, mothers really wish to have this journey, So because mothers always want to bring the best for their children. And you
Yes.
just shared to us that the child below 6 can make it the better impact for our kids, right? So so audience will find that when you are having a child who is under 6 years old, you will get the most benefit from prayer. Wow, it is somewhere
I would
that
like also to add an analogy to this point to make it more clear. For example, if you want to grow a tree, the best time is the seeding period, right? When it is as a seed, you can influence the seed. You can do GMO modification or anything to make a very desired plant. That seeding period is like your prenatal period.
yeah,
After that, if the tree is sprouted, means if the kid is born, it is like that period, right? So the tree started sprouting. Now you have a choice either to grow it as a bigger tree or a very small, like a bonsai plant now. Correct? So this period is something like the early childhood period, like till 6 years of the brain development. For some kids, plus or minus 1 more year is also there. Can take. So this is the period where you can really have a control on the growth of the tree, but not on the nature of the tree. The nature of the tree chances only in the prenatal timing. This. Now, after this period, what happens is, say you have allowed it to grow to the tree, but still, what happened? You can fence it, you can cut it, and make sure that whether it wants to grow taller or like a shrub or very short tree, accordingly, you make the cutting of the tree and the maintenance part you do, right? So this is something like from 6 years to the teenage period. Even if you are across the teenage, or if you have become a parent or an adult or anyone, what could happen is you cannot change the nature, you cannot change whether it should be a bigger tree or a smaller one. But still, you have the art of designing it, like cutting, making shapes out of the tree and everything. So that is why at any age also we are able to change and modify our applications. The only thing which is needed is willing to change it. If that is there with you, then we can make it. So earlier the attempt is made, means even if you are a very planned mother, even before the preconception, if you are able to balance your doshas, properly detox your body, and then enter into the planning phase, then it's more the chances. If you miss that, infancy. If you miss that, then at least I would better say that better late than never.
yeah, totally agree. Especially when you said the the thing is you are willing to change, especially for mothers, because what Priya said before is the mom's preconception is what affecting our children the most. And she have made a lot of research, and with 2 to 3 years or newborn or even pregnant, mother is affecting a lot to our children. So if you are willing to change and willing to take what we can take more, what we can give our children more, it is the time for you. So can you share us, Priya, how exactly would you do to help the mothers when mothers going to you and say, "Oh, I'm ready to change. I want to do something different. What can I do?" So how would you help them?
Yes. If somebody want to make a real change, they should first know where are they standing, right? If somebody wants to help others means they should be very strongly built in themselves. So the first step I would start is that identifying their own self. So that should be the starting point. They should know very much about themselves. Who are they? What can they do? How much extent they would be like willing to do? What kind of change they need? Everything. So when they have that kind of clarity and way ahead in the journey, then they can easily make the changes to everyone. So I would start from where they are, and then slowly I will start them building the path to where they have to achieve. In between, we should design their milestones and track their progress. And so this is something like a approach of designed path for them to make it a very smoother. And of course, they can also like alter it according to their needs and environment, what is supporting, not, and everything. But more and more they travel in that path, the reach the destiny is very easy for them. So I would say that start from yourself and extend it, because if you are need a change, the change should begin within you.
Wow. Oh, let me write that down. Because it is a great slang. Start from
Yeah.
yourself and expand it. Is that what you said?
Yes. Spark
Wow.
should come within you. Then you will start to glow. Then the light can be shared by everyone around us, right? It's the
Yeah.
same way.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Wow. If you want to help people, especially
Mm.
your loved ones, it is very important for you, I'm sure. So it is very, very first place, you have to have a strong belief for yourself. It is
True.
where prayer can help is giving you the 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 method, the way to learn
Yes.
more about yourself first, where you are right now, and then who you are, what you want, and how you can achieve what you want. And then she will decide the path and give you that direction strictly to where you want to go.
Yes.
Wow, how many of you would like that? Wow, it's so amazing. Thank you so much, Priya. And
It's a kind of a GPS to your destination.
wow, this is awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. And how about, because we are going to an end very soon, can you give us a little tips that we can do it immediately to enhance our life, enhance what we can do more, especially for our children?
Yes. When it comes to your children,
Mhm.
right? What most parents do is that they try to put their dreams on the children. We
Yeah.
always forget that they came through us, but it is not us. We didn't create that, right? We say
Yeah.
that I made you baby, but if I say that, can you make 7 fingers instead of 5 or 3 fingers instead of 5? No, we don't have the control, right?
Yeah.
It all happens inside very automatically inside us. So I always would say that instead of somebody taking the complete ownership, become a partnership
Mm.
with the kid. See also that what the kid's real potential is. Otherwise, you will be trying to get a mango out of an apple tree. So better see that what potential the seed has and you start making the path for it. Then it's going to become more smooth journey for both the parents and the children.
Wow, that's a great tips, Priya. Thank you so much. So everybody listen. So come come from complete ownership to become a partnership with your children. You are a partner with them so they can be themselves. You can call
Yes.
out the potential more easy with that. And any more tips that Priya would like to share to us about how to do that?
Yes, definitely. So you should first understand that where do you stand, right? Then you will be identifying what your child's true potential is. There are many ways. You can do via science methods or you can do via ancient methods of J and everything. Then how best you can achieve that is you can kindle the curiosity of the kid, and you should be playing a very safe role there, right? Like
Mm.
the same as the fire. If you pour more fuel also, it's going to like burn very much, where the dish or anything which you cook will get spoiled, for example, in a bigger flame. If you put so low also, it might have the risk of getting off. So you should like kindle in a way that it is enough for them to push to the next level, but you should also make sure they don't break also. So a right rhythm should be maintained between the parents and the children, and finding the right educator for them. What suits the child, where is the child actual interest is, and everything. So the parents, when they make sure that they're giving a very right food for the kid, trying to maintain their emotional intelligence balanced state, then the teachers can make any type of skill to the children very easily. Right? So all the things like packed together in the kid, when it comes, no wonder the child will be the best child only. It's the same as the tree example. When the weather is right, when the soil is right, when you're adding a proper manure, then it is automatically the growth is taken care. You need not go and water every leaf in the plant. If you water the root, automatically it goes to every parts of the plant, right? Like that. If you make the foundation strong, the whole building is taken care. There where comes the role of the child's learning. So get the right methods, get the right thing which is suitable for your child. When we go, say, for a dress shop or a shoe shop, we found everything very nice, glittering very much to us, right? But we don't buy everything because all things does not fit our size. Even if shoes and dresses are also individualized, then learning also could be that way, right?
Right. So right. Thank you so much, Priya. Priya just
Yeah.
bring out a really huge point for parents. Parents are really greedy. They want everything on their kids. They want everything that they saw, and they want this is good, so we want it. This is good, and we want it. But is that is we don't plan every leaf. Find something the right method. They're suitable for them. I'm sure that you know your kids, you know your children much more than you think you know. And
Yes.
when you look at it, you will see them through their eyes, see them as who they are, what they want, what they need, what they love, and
Exactly.
go all along from there, and then you will find the right method, the right teacher, the right
Right.
the right class for them, and they will be learning happily. It is the very great tips for all of us. Thank you so much, Priya.
That's why I told you that become a partner so that you don't leave them go, you don't go them behind also, you're just being with them. So you know the right space, right phase, you can also move it.
So be a great partner with your children, and then you see the the true potential then from them.
Yeah.
And the last and not least is how can we connect with you, Priya, if we want your help?
Definitely, you can connect with me through our WhatsApp groups, our community channels like Facebooks, Instagram, and everything. I can provide the link in the description below so
Awesome.
that it is easy for you to connect.
Wow. Thank you so much, Priya. I'm sure our audience are having a lots of great points writing down. I'm hoping to see you very soon again. And thank you so much again. And we'll talk about it. And we'll talk about any other subjects real soon. If you have any other questions or any comments, please leave below the comment box. And then we can go for it and see if we can do another section for you. Thank you so much, Priya, and see you again.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Okay, you're welcome, and thank you.
Thank you all.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.